Hi guys. It's another one of them days. Another one of them days on this journey. And I spent the day going through comments, trying to catch up on answering some of them, going back, and I'm still getting a lot from the very first video that started this whole video journey anyway. And and listening to more podcasts from Jeff and all the ones that I listened to, and one in particular that I listened to yesterday, and it was Derek Rose and um, and Jeff. And I know at one time they had a difference of interpretation of about that spirit, the spirit of Christ in you, or had something about the God spark and all of that. And I don't know, I'm having to revisit that again because I went from having the understanding that the Christ was within me. And then when I reasoned with the scriptures when Jeff was explaining it, why would I want to invite another entity in me? That sounds like possession, you know? And that made sense to me. I have to admit I'm a little bit conflicted about that now, again. And I know that a lot of people will say if you just stick to the Bible, you wouldn't be confused. God, Yahweh or Jehovah is not a God of confusion. Yeah, Yahweh, Jehovah is a God of confusion. So that's why I'm not listening to that. Going back to that very first video that I made when I called on the name of Jesus and that voice said, "Stop doubting him." I'm having to revisit that again because I went from the very beginning believing that was the Christ speaking to me. But then as I learned more about the possibility of there being a second entity posing as the Christ who calls himself Jesus, or that's what the higher ups, whoever's running this system of things, decided to call him, that made up name. So I don't question that I was awakened by source, but I was questioning that particular voice. Was it really? Was I really hearing the Christ? Is the one that I'm thinking and feeling in my heart the Christ and not Jesus? And when I say that, I don't mean to make it sound disrespectful, but closer scrutiny of the Bible, I realize that there's more than one entity. There's a whole bunch of different entities vying for our worship. And I could see that clearly now. I see it clearly now. So in that sense, that's why I question that voice now. Now I go back and I said, okay, was the voice comforting? Absolutely. Absolutely comforting. Just as clear as day, Monica, stop doubting me. And this is one part that I didn't mention when I said it went on for some time because I did it a couple of more times. Doubting, just because of that Jehovah's Witness indoctrination of it must be the devil, it must be demons trying to possess you. I was so afraid of that. And I didn't see it, but I could almost hear him do his hand like this his, hit his forehead, because I could hear him. I could hear the. It was like he was getting frustrated with me. Like, are we really? He said that's what it was. He says, "Really, really, are we gonna do this again, Monica?" Well, I just remembered that. Yeah. So maybe me feeling this way, maybe seeing that video with Jeff and Derek last night. I don't know. Again, this is Monica's awakening process. I don't know where this stuff comes from. I just felt compelled to share this journey with you guys. And that's what it is, a journey. And again, I'm learning or coming to the understanding about the scriptures. Um, I look at the scriptures completely different now. And yes, I took this little piece from Jeff, the playbook. He calls it the Bible, the playbook, and it's kind of giving us a heads up of what they're trying to do to us. And if you look at the Bible in that mindset, it takes a whole new meaning, a whole new meaning. So I just day to day, it's just something different. And I know I keep saying that I feel something in the air. Something's going on in our solar system. I think that our government is priming us for something. I think there's going to be a full disclosure, maybe not full disclosure, but there's going to be